What's going on, guys? Sorry, I need to get my mic over here. So, it's been a rough night trading. Well, first of all, good morning. It's Tuesday, January 23rd, 7 a.m. And back at it. We're waiting on the credentials for our second 100K Top Step account. So that's happening today. Everything is, I've paid the activation fee for that. And now we're just chilling, waiting to see when that can come in to start trading on our second funded account. So that's the good news. Everything else is bad news. You're getting to watch live my meltdown in person. I made a huge mistake yesterday trading in the afternoon. I was in the middle of a meeting at work, and I decided, oh well, I can get on during this meeting and while it's going on, because I really wasn't doing anything in the meeting. I was just kind of sitting, listening, not actively participating, and I thought I could trade, and I shouldn't have, and it's not good. Lost all of my profits yesterday on the funded account, and account is currently basically back at break even on this 100K challenge, and I'm just frustrated as hell about it. So yeah, it is what it is. And then the bespoke account is only down. It's at 1% because we lost the two scalps yesterday, and the one at the London scalp today. So I'm just pissed off about my lack of my one slip and lack of focus, and this is where I have ended up, is back at break even on the 100K account. And if this trade loses, I will probably be I'm not sure how they work the resets on the funded accounts. I'm guessing I would probably have to start over with a new 100K combine, and it just bites me in the butt, dude, just to think about that. So it's not fun. It's not a fun feeling to deal with. It's not a fun feeling to live with. It's not fun. When this happens, and this has happened to me a couple of times before, where I've just gone on tilt, and you try to, you compound one loss into another, and you just steamroll. Everything just steamrolls from there, and it just gets real bad. And you're like, well, I can make it all back. And I can make it all back. I have been trading great. I've been locked in. I have been focused, and literally just a few, literally in like 30 minutes, it all can go to complete crap. Yeah, there's no resets for the funded. I didn't think there was. I didn't think there would be. So we just got to, I'm just trying to get this thing back to where I can just scrape it back up. And it's I'm aiming for the Asian highs here. We've taken out all the Asian lows. We've had a change in market structure here. We're violating the bearish fair value gaps, and just waiting. I was up at midnight doing the London, or I was up at the London session trading, and I saw this setup, and I got into it. I was aiming for the Asian session lows right here. And I just got up, and I was pissed off, and, I was like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. But maybe I should just put the trade on and go to sleep and whatever. And then it got the better of me, and I was like, no, it was like 2:50. It was like 1:50 in the morning, and it just would not drop, and it was just holding on steady. And I was like, well, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to close the trade. And I did, and I closed it at break even. And then I woke up just like 30 minutes later and so then you start questioning literally everything you do. You start questioning everything you do. And it's just so freaking frustrating. So aiming for the Asian Asian highs here, and if we can get to the Asian highs, then I'll feel a little bit better about where we're at on the account. We could probably get it back up close to 1%, I think, if we can take out the Asian highs, and that would give me that'll give me a healthy amount of this 5-minute fair value gap is the one it dropped from last night, so it'll probably struggle right there again, I would imagine. He went to sleep, drop it. That's exactly right. So you got to be able to laugh about it. The nice thing is it has the trailing drawdown. So we basically only have 1% to work with here. And then after that, it's lights out, baby. So I can crawl back into this thing slowly but surely. Scalped my way up to it. I can scalp my way back, but the mindset that I'm in right now is just not super clean one. On the ES trade, on the Euro trade, let's see, about 3 more minutes for that to play out, and then we'll see. But I really feel like all these beautiful equal highs up here on NQ are the draw on liquidity. So I'm taking the break of fair value gap entries and lower time confirmation entries. There are my entry criteria on this specific trade. So then what are the silver linings? I always try to find some silver linings. Is forbidding myself from trading while I'm at work. Can't do that. Other silver linings would be I do have a free reset in my back pocket, so that's good. I don't have to, it won't cost me anything if I have to reset the account. The third silver lining is I have a brand new 100K funded account to work with. So all is not lost, but it's just frustrating. Very frustrating. Frustrated with myself for continue just being a complete doofus about it. So I really want to see a big push up through this 5-minute fair value gap here. Let's see what's going on down here. We don't want to see bearish fair value gaps start to be printed. We've been in a nice uptrend, and we just want to see that uptrend continue to rip through here. And if we don't, then not good. I can earn it back. I know I can. It's just thank you, John, for that. It's just it's something that literally every trader in the world has freaking dealt with. There's the 10 minutes. So let's see here. I'm gonna set the scalp up over here on the Euro trade. Come on. And we'll see. see what the euro scalp can do there. I'm not going to do the euro scalp on this account. I'm just focusing on this NQ position here for right now. Mr. Alfie, yeah, maybe we are having similar days. I don't know, man. It's frustrating. When you break your own rules and you pay the consequences of poor decision making. You start, like I was playing mind games with myself yesterday afternoon. Just being like, oh, you deserve this. You kind of start beating yourself up. You're like, you deserve this. You're not a good trader. What did you expect? You have the whole imposter syndrome thing of you knew this was going to happen. You can't keep this up. You can't, you're not a good trader. You can't keep just doing all the things that you've been doing and expect to just make these massive payouts again and all this other kind of stuff. And it's just, you just start beating the hell out of yourself mentally, punishing yourself. And the truth is, I've been trading my ass off for the first 2.5 weeks of the month, 3 weeks of the year. And truth is, I do know what I'm doing. The truth is, I do know how to make this work. And 3 weeks of hard work can evaporate so fast. So I think the John was asking what mistakes did I make. I think the mistakes compounded. The first mistake was I was trading while I was in a meeting, and I shouldn't have been. And when I lost a quick scalp, and from there, I began to over leverage. And I was like, well, I'll make it back on the next scalp. And then that scalp, I was still in the meeting trying to make it all happen. And there's people, giving me information and talking to me and all this other kind of crap. And so I went from, well, I can make it back. And so then I doubled down, and then I doubled down again. And it just compounds so fast. And before I knew it, I hit the daily loss limit, which is basically my entire. I had the 2% daily loss limit in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then I get up last night and I lose the London scalp, and that pissed me off. And so then I got into this trade. I was like, well, it just goes and it goes and it goes, man. It just goes and goes and goes. Do you normally trade when you're away from your office? I don't normally trade when I'm away from right here. Usually I do all my trading when I'm sitting right here. I don't like to trade when I'm away. I have before, but I would have to be just completely isolated, alone, kind of just by myself. And that doesn't happen too much. So that 5-minute fair value gap could not get traded through. Again, I still think this is the draw on liquidity here. At least these highs, if not these highs. So I'm going to hold this for those areas there. And I just don't want to see bearish fair value gaps. I don't want to see massive displacement drop in here. Fine if you get small little pullbacks, but this is a 5-minute inverted fair value gap here. So again, once this 5-minute fair value gap you can see once it gets violated and then it gets closed above this order block, we had an hourly, very, very strong bullish hourly close above this fair value gap right here. All signs point to price wanting to continue higher here. And it's, can I just weather any small pullbacks here to get there? We shall see. Yeah, we're starting to get the bearish fair value gaps printed here on these lower time frames. That's not a good sign. I think back to the 15-minute fair value gap in the Asian highs. Yeah, I was looking at that. He's talking about this down here, and it could very well do that. I can weather that. If it gets down into that, I still have room for that, and that's fine. The BFP account is it's just at 1%. It's actually in profit. More than that a little bit now. We're doing the 10-minute. 10-minute scalp over there on that one. So we'll see. What's he guys doing here? John says, I blew my Top Step account where I've been using scalping techniques based on volume and market profile on Friday. I'm also struggling as well. I've won several resets, but they've all expired. Dude, I know exactly how you feel, dude. You're in good company, my friend. We're all in the same boat you are. It just bites, man. It just bites. It just hits you in the gut and gets you in all the feels. Just gets you in all the feels. I think he meant that he freaking watched Bell to Bell on Friday. That's how I got the free reset that I have. The very first Bell to Bell they did, I watched. Well, I didn't watch it. I got to be honest. I didn't watch it. I had it on the back in the background while I was doing everything else, and then whenever I heard the bell, I wasn't gonna watch that all day. But I did just leave it on, and whenever you heard it, you kind of knew when they were doing it. It was during the first power hour, then it was right around lunch, and then at the end of the trading day. So I mean, you kind of knew when they were coming. But I didn't sit there and watch the whole thing. This 5 minute fair value gap is the one that if we can pop through, then we should be in a pretty decent position here. But we're going to need to see I want to see this get violated pretty quickly. I don't want to see it hang around and just dilly-dally, because that lends me to believe we're just going to see a repeat of all this over here. Had them in my AirPods the whole day. Well, there you go. Oh, it's the worst feeling, man. It looks like that scalp's gonna get crushed, and that'll put that account down into the negative. It's all right. The bespoke one, I'm fine with it. I mean, it has the static drawdown, so it still has a massive amount of drawdown to work with there. So I'm fine if it loses a little bit. It was close. Like we got up to like basically 3.5%, and now it's back just under. So it's fine. I that still has almost 10% drawdown to work with there. So this one does not. I actually started writing in a trading journal after all this. Helped keep me present and focused. It's a good practice. It's a good practice to have. Brad, what were you basing your trades on? You're assuming we hit those losses. The first one was a continuation. I wanted a continuation trade where it was coming down to a certain area, let's just say right here, and as this was printing up higher, I put in a stop to continue down, and it just touched it and then just reversed and took it out. And then after that, there was really no reason for trading. It was just I was pissed, and I decided, well, if it's going to go up, then it's going to keep going up. So it's point, click, and pray with an over leveraged account. And then it just evaporated so fast. Oh. Came all the way back up and left this liquidity and this liquidity. So guessing that's going to get targeted here in the morning hours. It's just when and can I weather the position till then? Do you think you should switch to mini? I might. I don't know. I think you meant micros, right? So this 15-minute fair value gap is the one that Dino was eyeing right here. See how it responds. This is the 5-minute inverted one that I would like to see respected, since it was traded through and violated. You would like to see it act as support. So we'll see. Oh. I think even if Top Step gives me the credentials for the new account today, I'm not going to take a trade on it. I need to get I need some just head clearing time and space after the last 24 hours. Actually, the last 12 hours. I should have stopped after yesterday morning when I passed. So I passed this funded account. I scalped and it was up to 23. I think is what it was after that morning update. I sent it out. It's up to 23, and I had passed the other account, and I should have stopped. I should have been. I had more. I had my more than $200 day profit on it, but I just I don't know why I decided to do that. Self sabotage. I don't know. Arrogance, pride. New 30-minute candle prints. So again, all signs point to this buy side liquidity up here. And you're at that stage now, or I'm at that stage now, where even your analysis, I don't know, I'm just grumpy. And so I feel like even my analysis is like, well, why would you think that's going to work? You haven't done anything right in the last 24 hours. What in the hell makes you think that now this is suddenly going to work for you? You're an idiot and you're just going to take another loss. Like, all of the freaking mental games that come up, that I feel like all the demons that I felt like I had kind of dealt with, man, they're just screaming. I've realized for me, I need to increase my humility and patience. I seem to get in a rush to get to a goal. Oh, I definitely feel that. I've definitely let the pressure that's kind of why I've stopped doing longer streams, and is towards the end of last year on the stream, it just got to a point where I just felt like I needed to rush to prove that I could pass those challenges and whatever. And that just always led to more poor choices. No, this is not the mechanical system I shared. This is just me trading off of price action and buy side liquidity targets. Currently, the trade that we're in right here. I don't have the stop limit set. It's kind of do or die at this point. Oh. I need to go sit in a ice bath and punish myself. I'm talking. Thank you, John. You're very kind, man. Oh. Definitely feels like it wants to come down to this gap. This one right here, I'll just mark this up. Definitely feels like it wants to come down into that. You can see it's just putting in a top. So now you're waiting to find out where's the bottom of this retracement going to be. Is that the bottom right there? Is this little swing level right there? Or is it going to want to drop down one more time? I mean, I would love it to see it not have to come down there, but I don't aim for a certain RR. Just aim for I aim for on the scalp. I aim for typically just the next obvious liquidity level that I can see, and that could be a fair value gap. Like if it was here, I would, on a lower time frame or whatever, let's say there was an obvious fair value gap down here, I would aim for, or these relative equal lows right there, or a swing level that I was trading into or away from. So I don't have a set RR on when I'm scalping like that. It's just where's the highest probability liquidity level from my scalp position. Sometimes that means I'm holding it for 8 or 9 minutes. Sometimes that means I'm holding it for 2 minutes or less, a minute. It just depends on how fast that candle prints. I've been going through hell as well, over leveraging, over trading, currently battling my inner demons. Slumps and trading are inevitable, but they end. We'll get through this. Let's go. When you're in it, it doesn't feel like it. When you're in it, it doesn't feel like you're ever going to get back to what you were doing. At least for me, that's how the feelings play out. It's like once you feel them, it's like, oh, well, they just grip you and create this analysis of paralysis, and then you fear to execute, and then you just anticipate that you're making stupid, dumb decisions. Really want to see this thing close above this 5-minute fair value gap right there. If we can close above that, then this should be good. Got 5 more seconds for, it looks like it's going to not want to on this 5-minute candle. That sucks. I mean, not that it's a bad sign. I love to see displacement up off of this swing low, so that's good. So bare minimum, I'm gonna go ahead and I can put my my sell stop here, and then I can just go ahead and at least know that I'm not going to watch that go all the way up and then forget to won't be any worse than it already is. Hey, there we go. Oh God, needed that, baby. Needed that. All right, that pulls us back up to 827. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I could take a little bit of a deeper breath now. So, just getting some confirmation in that you're still reading the charts right. You're still kind of in the flow. It's a big deal. It means a lot. Just being able to see a win print is it certainly helps. So, I mean, again, I definitely, when I get off the stream today, I will not trade today. I am done. I will start fresh tomorrow. So we've got this Express account in profits, and we're only basically 1% off of our equity high there. So that's not horrible, and we've given ourselves some breathing room, and I've gotten the $200 profit day back, so that's good. And we'll be able to start tomorrow with a fresh 100K account. But I just need to I'll just take the rest of the day and just be done. I do have a busy day today, so it would be stupid for me to try to repeat all of that again. To get better, I need to get smarter and learn more technicals. Yeah. I mean, and to me, it's the technicals, and it's also just the execution. And I really think all of the FX replay time I put in over the break, just getting my eyes trained to execute. Gosh, gnat again. I don't know where they're coming from, man. I get the same gnat every day. How long do those things live? Doing this, just spending so much time back testing, definitely got me in a place where when I to identify the patterns that I'm looking for in price action, to execute when you see them. You know, it's when you, the more you, and when you're doing it on FX replay, there's really no pain involved in taking the losses, obviously. But it was more about a pride thing of how accurate can you be. At least it was for me. It was a kind of a personal pride goal of how accurate can you be. So I don't know, maybe if I do anything, I'll just try to get on the charts, get on FX replay, refresh, just kind of go back through and get that pattern recognition and get the discipline back to to just get the mind back in the right spot there. It's just so the mental part of this is so fragile. And typically when you feel like it's at the strongest is when it's really the most fragile point it could be. How easily shaken it can become. So, but we've got life. So that's fine. We've got plenty to work with here. And like I said, we still have the free reset, and we still have the 100K, the brand new 100K incoming with its full drawdown to work with, assuming that you go into drawdown, right? But I'm not tied up in it yet. So news cycles begins tomorrow, so it should be a good end of the week. Execution is part of technicals, in my opinion. Absolutely, it is. I mean, if you can't if you can't the technical side of trading, it's definitely include execution for sure. Pride, man. So I struggle with, it's not pride. It's, I think I struggle with not believing in myself. What is that? What's the word for that? No self-confidence. Like, I don't believe what I'm doing, that I just expect failure. Right? I just expect myself to, if I, like, when I get into a win streak and I have 2 or 3 good weeks of trading, I expect, there was part of me that expected a horrible trading session and a blow up. Part of me expected that. And there's, it still does expect it. It still does expect me to not be able to consistently, over the course of, let's say, months or an entire year, keep doing what I'm doing. Self doubt, yeah. Imposter syndrome, 100%. All of those words. And and it's understandable because traders go through years of losing. So you get beat up so much that you tend to believe that any fortune you do find is completely by chance and random, and that you're only meant for the loss. You're only meant for, all you're ever gonna, ultimately, when it all adds up, you're gonna be a loser. I think that's probably the best way to say it, is that you might be good, you might be quote unquote good for a day or a week or 2 weeks, but in the end, that there's something in the back of your head that's always just telling you, but that's not going to last. I think it's the same. I think they're basically the same thing. At least to me, they're the same thing. You don't believe in yourself. You doubt. You doubt the success that you do find. So if I was scalping this, I'm not going to. But this is part of one of the things I would say is, it left these highs in place. It did not run the Asian highs here. Went right up to them and it created more buy side liquidity, and it's come back down. If I was anticipating a run here of these, I would put a buy stop above this 5 minute down close candle, so that when it trades back through it, it should come up with momentum back up through that, up to those highs. I'm not going to take that trade. I'm done today. I am absolutely done. I need a breath of fresh air, and get my head back in the right spot. Perhaps I need to reevaluate my goals. So here's kind of what I'm struggling with these 100K accounts and with the Top Step stuff. You have to have 5 days of $200 profit. Today will be day 3 because yesterday I didn't finish the day in profit. So this will be day 3 of profit taking, and I'm trying to come up with a plan for how to have what is your daily goal? Should it be just to trade and scalp and take the positions that you see? And when you hit 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, like what's the daily, when do you stop? Because you can definitely start over trading and you can get into a position where, you give back everything. Should it just be the $200 profit target? I need to come up with a clear, and maybe one account, since I have two now, maybe one account is just get your $200 profit every day, shut it down. And the other account maybe is more aggressive, right? So maybe this account, because the drawdown's already pulled up behind it, maybe it's just the $200 profit. Take your $200 profit, pull it out. And the other account, the new one, I can trade a little bit more aggressive on just take the trades. And if you can pull out a 1% day or a 1.5% day, cool. And just slowly grow the other one with those $200 day profits. The Vinacoin. Vinacoin has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Not a bad idea. Yeah, and I don't have the Leo bin candle going. That's probably exactly. Hubris and prideful behavior. John asking the deep questions today. Don't like setting monetary goals. I don't really either. That's the thing, is I don't really like setting the monetary goals either. When your focus becomes making money, you typically don't. When your goal should be to just execute a trading plan consistently again and again and again. So I agree with you. Chasing that 200 got me in trouble last time. Yeah. But, ICT, one of his big things is like, hey, you should just go for, what was it, 5 handles a day. Like he did, which is a profit target in a sense. It's just like, it doesn't matter how far the trade can go. Take your 5 handles and be done, and just keep stacking up 5 handles every day on the ES. So, on NQ, I can't remember what he said it was on NQ. If it's 5 on ES, what was it, 10 on NQ or 12 on NQ? I can't remember what it was, but basically, he was just like, don't like set that, whatever that what was it, $250 a day, I think, is 5 handles. If you do one mini contract on 5 handles is $250. And so he's like, just, that's your goal, $250 a day. I don't know who this is. 10 on the NQ. There you go. Tagged in on the 15-minute fair value gap. There you go, baby. Came all the way back down to it. You are in nice profits there, sir. Good patient wait, and it left that buy side for you, so you should be golden. You should be golden. I don't know who Trader is. Been using a spreadsheet from TT Trades to work on my risk with contracts. Well, there you go. Currently in with 5 micros. Oh. All right, we're going to take it to the top of the hour. So we got about 4 more minutes left, 3.5 more minutes left, and then we're gonna call it a day. I appreciate you guys watching, man. Part of me didn't want to get on here today. A big part of me wanted just to be like, yeah, no stream today. See you, Beeswax, man. Have a good one. It sucks, dude. I know you appreciate it, but it sucks. Cisco says it's my birthday tomorrow. Oh, dude, no way. Happy birthday, man. We'll have to sing. We'll have to do something special for Cisco tomorrow. What number is it, Cisco? What number will it be tomorrow? By the way, just as you recall, this would have been my scalp play here. Let's see how that paper trade would have played out. Nice little back test. 32. I thought you were older than that. I thought you were older than 32. I thought you were in your 40s for some reason. I believe you, John. But I don't think anybody else does, so you're going to have to prove it. Don't need to be adding years. Yeah, I remember. I know that feeling right now. One part of the scalping is momentum based, using stop orders, not limit. Yes, so I do use stop orders for momentum continuation scalps. But not always. I will use fair value gap entries as well. So I'll use limit orders on fair value gap entries. So, but I do use stop orders quite a bit to trade with momentum. This was a limit order, the one I took this morning to win and pull the account back out from the jaws of defeat. What can we do to celebrate Cisco? I don't know, man. I'm down for I'm up for whatever ideas the chat wants to do to celebrate Cisco on his birthday. Brad can get a cupcake. Yeah, maybe. All right, 8 o'clock hour. Closed strong bullish here on the 30-minute, closed above the previous high. 1 hour closed above the previous high. There's obvious buy side liquidity here. Should get tapped into. And then who knows what happens after that. If you get a strong closure above, then I would look for continued bullish price action. But if it just kind of, if it slams up and then you get watch for the quick displacement away from this. If you get quick displacement away, then it likely is going to range today. This could be the low of the week here Tuesday. Here on Tuesday. There you go, Cisco. or Dino. Hope you hit your TPs there. So you go get that pop through. That would have been a nice momentum scalp there, but like I said, I didn't. I don't need to trade anymore today. So that's exactly how, when I'm in the right mindset and scope, that's exactly the kind of momentum trade I would have taken to target the initial liquidity there. 216 on that trade. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 32 candles in the cupcake. We'll come up with something, man. We'll come up with something. All right, guys. That's it for me. Thank you guys for being here. I do, like I said, I do appreciate you. I appreciate you being here, even on a rough day. For me to show you everything that has been going on. I'm glad you guys were here, and it's good to have friends to talk it out with. So I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow. And we'll have a fresh new 100K account, and we've got this one that we can start climbing our way back up to our high water mark, hopefully. And we've still got the bespoke with about 10% drawdown to work with on that as well. So we're all good. We're all good. Just, one of those days. But you guys stay safe. Happy hunting. And we'll catch you mañana. Adios.